Alrighty, guys. We are live. Yep, we are live. Alright. Oh, yeah, definitely rotating. Let's see what we got going on here. So, I'll wait for some of you guys to join. Let me get onto the live stream so I can see what the heck we got going on here. Hold up. We got someone in. Yep, what's up? Welcome, Ben. Yeah, tomorrow definitely does seem like a decent event. Can you hear me well? I want to make sure you can hear me. Get someone in. Yep, what's up? Alright, you guys can definitely hear me. Alright, it's 9 o'clock. I should be in bed by now, considering I have exams tomorrow, but I'm fine. I'm going to go over, so currently here in Illinois, we got some severe thunderstorm warnings for 60-mile-an-hour winds and 0.75-inch hail with torr possible on it, and we actually have a tornado warning out here near Shelbyville in Illinois. You can see the rotation right there. Pretty strong rotation, actually. Hopping over to cam, you can see we have a camera out here. I don't know where this is. Gage, Kentucky. The reason why I have a camera out there in Gage, Kentucky is because we actually have some storms firing up around this area, like over here, that could actually become supercellular as we go into the nighttime hours, because we do have a little sneaky tornado threat tonight. You can see our huge marginal risk right here. Our marginal risk goes all the way up from Chicago all the way down into southern Mississippi. And we actually have a very large tornado threat as well currently. Let me hop over to the tornado threat. Here we are. Very widespread tornado threat area. And these little area blips popping up over here, as well as this storm cluster, could become supercellular in the next few hours. Very, very low chance of anything really developing down here, but you could see we do have some little baby cells popping up out here in Arkansas, which could become supercellular as we go on. Yeah, obviously you guys want to know about the big event, which is tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be a pretty big event. It's a decent setup, just a lot of overconvection it's going to go on, but you can see very huge slight risk area outlined by the SPC with a very, very large 5% tornado risk that actually has been expanded quite a bit. I can't speak, so sorry, but you can see very large 5% tornado risk in place, anywhere from New Orleans all the way up to Jackson, Greenwood, Columbus, Mississippi, even into Tuscaloosa near Birmingham, Alabama. Very large area under the gun for tomorrow, that's for sure. And I'm going to try to stream that. We do have a day 3 risk, which would definitely probably have a 2% tornado risk somewhere around this area. Anywhere up here is most likely going to be wind. But we do have a very large marginal risk for Saturday, the 10th, which I may be live for. Don't fully know yet, but I guess we'll see how it performs. Earlier today, so I was out taking my midterms at about 8:30 in the morning, and I actually recorded it on my school Chromebook. On my school Chromebook, I screen recorded these tornadoes touching down here in Oklahoma, near Oklahoma City and Purcell. The Purcell one seems to be doing at least EF2 to EF1 to EF2 damage from what I've seen from the photos. I did screen record that on radar, so I will try to get a video of that off my laptop and show you guys. But we also have an 81-mile-per-hour wind gust up here in Independence Airport in Kansas, near Independence, Kansas. This does not feel like winter at all, that's for sure. Still radar indicated. New severe thunderstorm warning to the south as well, which is torr possible. See a little area of rotation right in there. And then our main area of rotation right there is actually pretty strong. Actually have some other rotation. We got another little area right back here too. We kind of got like 3 different areas of rotation on this storm. Definitely going to watch for a QLCS tornado threat. Got some cells blowing up behind it, but not much rotation with those near St. Louis. Yeah, it is literally, it was about 60 degrees for me today up here in Northeast Ohio. That should not be happening. Up here in Northeast Ohio, it was 60 degrees. Let me hop over here to WeatherWise. Let me actually go to WeatherWise on my second screen. All right, here we go. You can see, obviously, we got a mesoscale discussion in place currently for 85 to 115 mile per hour winds for tornadoes. Peak tornado intensity, and then 55 to 70 mile per hour winds. But you can see if I hop over here to surface fronts, you can see right here is the open warm sector. We got the cold front starting to rush through this area right here. I'm clicking the wrong thing, my bad. You can see we got the cold front right here, as well as a secondary cold front rushing through. And we have the open warm sector in this area, which is where our tornadoes are going to be tonight and then tomorrow as well. You can see the open warm sector is basically this entire region right here. That's the open warm sector currently. We're about to be inside of that tonight, where I'm at. Let me look how rotation's looking here. Yeah, you can see definitely a rotation on WeatherWise as well. So, definitely a rotating storm right here, needing that tornado warning. All right, I'm going to hop back over to Radar Omega. I'm going to look for other HAZ cams in the vicinity for us to look at. There's basically no cameras up here anyways, so let's see, we got one out here in Leechville, Kentucky. There's nothing going on there. Guess I'm just going to stay with the Gage, Kentucky cam. Another thing I want to do is I'm going to show you guys the Gage, Kentucky cam real quick while I go look at something just quickly. I hop over here to Zoom Earth on my main camera, and you can see how this is really ejecting. You can see the storms beginning to pop off too. Oh yeah, look at this textbook. All right, here, back to the first cam. All right, ready? Look at this. Look at this trough ejecting. This is at 8 in the morning this morning. You can see the tornado producing storms. There's the trough right here. You can see it. Look at how beautiful it is, guys. That is an absolutely beautiful trough. Very beautiful trough for January. And then you can see as soon as it hits dark, you can see the storms out here starting to pop off in Illinois. There they go. We also have a really, really huge storm beginning to impact the areas out here in Europe. The UK, France, Spain, Germany. Very, very beautiful storm impacting them currently. You can see, look at all that spin. That's a magnificent looking storm out there. All right, back to Radar Omega. Rotation's starting to broaden out a little bit in the latest few scans, but it's still, that is your rotation right there. Rotation further to the southeast is actually disappeared, but there is a new area starting to develop in this little storm right here. So definitely have to pay attention to that. We also got some storms firing off to the north. Don't see much of a tornado threat with these, but you never know. Ryan Scholl is live, but I don't think I'm going to show him as of now. I'm going to wait for some of these storms to really start blowing up in this area so I can start using all these cameras right here. So definitely going to be waiting for that. Hey guys, earlier this morning we had 2 observed tornado warnings at the same time in Oklahoma. Literally just southeast of the Oklahoma City metro. We had 2 observed tornado warnings at the same time. Very strong line of storms was pushing through, produced 80-mile-an-hour winds, 60, 50, 60, 60, yeah. Pretty strong line of storms. I recorded most of it, as well as 1-inch hail right here. We got a 1-inch hail report. Yeah. So it's January 8th, and we already have observed tornadoes in the Great Plains in Oklahoma. Fun, right? Not where it's supposed to be happening. We got a freaking tornado warning in Illinois on January 8th. Doesn't happen too often. Severe thunderstorm warnings in effect near Pana, as well as north of Greenville in Illinois, are possible for 0.75-inch hail and 60-mile-an-hour winds, as well as no hail and 60-mile-an-hour winds. Hillsboro, we got some storms firing up. Not too concerned at all, really, with these, but still things to watch for. Maybe they'll grow upscale in the future, which we do have a pretty decent environment in place, guys. I mean, earlier today, we had a 5% tornado risk earlier this morning in this sort of area out here. It's actually more like this. We had a large 5% tornado risk earlier this morning, which did get downgraded after the storms moved through. You can see all these little blips starting to form out here just south of St. Louis. A lot of little blips starting to form over the past few scans. So those could grow upscale, and they are in a environment. So we're going to have to watch. It looks like they're actually kind of fizzling out now that I look at it. But we're definitely going to have to keep watching just because they are in a 2% tornado risk currently. As you can see, here is the risk. Very large area from just south of Chicago towards Jackson, Mississippi. Very large 2% tornado risk. I'm going to be live for about 40 more minutes, 40, 50 more minutes. I'm going to hit to bed because I do got exams tomorrow. I will stream after my exams tomorrow, though. I will, as soon as I get home, I'll be streaming the event tomorrow, which could be a big one. Tomorrow could be, like, no joke, guys. Tomorrow could be a very small-scale tornado outbreak. Like, we could see a tornado outbreak with this large area. We could see definitely quite a few tornadoes. Most models show a lot of overconvection, a couple different lines of storms, as well as a lot of low-top supercells starting to rush off of the warm Gulf of Mexico and causing potential tornadoes out there throughout Louisiana, Mississippi, and even some areas in western Alabama. My Radar Omega just crashed, so let me go over here and restart it. I don't care if it's Elvis Presley's birthday. I don't care. Where did all my radars go? There we go. Okay, I'll say my warnings were just gone. I'm going to turn on data overlay. I'm going to turn on mesoscale discussions. Yeah, this is currently our mesoscale discussion. 20% chance of a watch being issued. But once again, it is most probable peak tornado intensity of 85 to 115 miles per hour, which is EF0 to EF1 range. Most probable peak wind gust, 55 to 70 miles an hour. Let me turn mesoscale discussions off now. Alright. I clicked X. There we go. This tornado warning I'd honestly see being canceled. It looks more of just a wind threat at this point. May have another tornado warning issued for a little area rotation behind the main one. This is the main one. We do have another area forming back just east of Pana, just west of Shelbyville. Could see a new tornado warning on that, but the main tornado warning I do believe will get expired. It looks more of just a damaging wind threat moving off to the northeast as of now. You got some storms up here near Grand Rapids. Let me look at this camera over here. Kalamazoo, Michigan. Maybe we'll see some lightning. It is facing off towards the area of interest when it comes to these storms. A little exhausted from today. Yeah, I'm not seeing much. I actually just got hit by a little bit of rain, but it looks like it fizzled out for the most part. Yeah, honestly, I didn't really expect a tornado warning tonight, I'm not going to lie. I was just chilling, looking at some Google Maps stuff, watching some videos, and then next thing you know, just tornado warnings pop up. I was like, what the heck? I was like, oh, we got a tornado warning in Illinois, and severe thunderstorm warnings for possible 60-mile-an-hour winds. I was like, yeah, I kind of got to go live, I guess, for a little. Got to cover it. We got some flash flooding going on in Chicago. Roadway flooding. Yeah, got some flooding out here in Chicago. I'm going to look on Hazcams to see if we got any cameras up there. No, we genuinely got nothing. There's nothing up there in Chicago. I honestly would support a special weather statement for there in Chicago, I'm not going to lie. Personally, I'd support a special weather statement up here. If these are severe warned and tornado warned, dude, I mean, I would support a little special weather statement going like that. For more like this. I'd support a pretty large special weather statement with this. This line don't look like it's weakening much, is it? Anyway, it looks like it's strengthening. Yeah. Somewhere out like this, I would support a little special weather statement, not gonna lie. Just due to the fact that these do look pretty intense of storms, as well as out here. Maybe a little baby one. Yeah, our main focus is these tornado warning right here. Once again, looks more like a damaging wind threat near Finlay. The rotation I talked about prior near Tower Hill is broadening out, so I'm not too concerned about that. I'm going to keep watching it, obviously, but not too concerned as of now. Yeah, not much going on out there either. Maybe a little baby area rotation near just south of Festus in Missouri, moving into Illinois right now, actually. Might be a very, very little area rotation on this very tiny cell near Marystown. Maystown, my bad, but I don't think that's going to do anything. The storm's very, very tiny. I just cracked my neck and it felt awesome. I was listening to myself, like, basically break my neck. That felt awesome. Alright. Anyways, back to weather. Weather. What do we got going on here? None of these storms are rotating out here, really. Does look like we have a little bit more of a damaging wind threat beginning to materialize out here just west of Charleston. You can see little baby bowing segments are beginning to form on these little storms right here, moving off to the northeast. You can see over time a little bit more bowing areas from a rear inflow jet is what it seems. Could cause a localized area of some damaging winds in this vicinity. Tuscola, just south of Urbana. Near Champaign, Urbana. You can see how it kind of starts evolving. Was our tornado warning, but now it's starting to turn into more of a wind threat. You can see right there. This was the area of rotation I was talking about a minute ago, but fizzling off. What's up, Tangy? Welcome. We do, in fact, have a new Tor possible warning in effect now. You're heading towards Tuscola for 60 mile an hour winds, less than 0.75 inch hail. Don't know if that's been there or not, but believe it just got issued. Yeah, just got issued. How are you doing, Tangy? Been a while since I've seen you in stream. Yeah, because we haven't really been streaming much. Definitely a damaging wind threat materializing out here near Tuscola. Very strong winds, 60 to 70 miles an hour as of now. Storm's 58 dBz. So, pretty strong storm. You're doing good? That's good. I'm doing good. If you're doing good, I'm doing good. Oh yeah, very, very small storm though. I mean, only 30,000 foot tall cloud tops. Very, very small storm, that's for sure. But yeah, I'm doing pretty good, Tangy. We got 3 people in here right now. If you haven't already, make sure to like the stream to get it out to more people. We do currently have a tornado warning in Illinois, even though it is starting to weaken. In fact, the rotation's actually moved out of the tornado warning box, so not even really rotation, if you can even call it that. It's just dead at this point. Whoa, what the heck? That kind of came out of nowhere. Got a little baby area rotation forming near Oconee. Actually, strongish rotation beginning to form. I can't tell if that's contamination or not, though. Nah, that's just rotation right there, guys. See, right in there. Also have a little another baby area rotation to the south. We got 2 areas of rotation forming. Just north of Ramsey, south of Oconee. Definitely going to watch out for those, just to see how they progress. They are QLCS tornado threats, so you never know. That rotation's actually starting to get stronger now. Yeah, this does feel like spring. That's actually, that rotation's getting a little bit stronger. Might have to issue a tornado warning on that. Yeah, this literally does feel like spring. It was 60 degrees today here in Northeast Ohio. I'm not even in the open warm sector either. Let me show you guys weather-wise on my laptop here. Let me go There we go. Look at this. So you can see this right over here is the trough in question. This is the cold front. This is a boundary. And you can see this right here. Let me go to blue. This right here is the warm front, meaning that this entire area right here, is the open warm sector. I'm not even in it yet. So yeah, we got a very, very widespread area of almost record-breaking temperatures out here, guys. I don't think I've seen tornado warnings out here, and I mean, we got 2 confirmed tornadoes so far today. I haven't seen, like, observed tornadoes in Oklahoma and tornado warnings and stuff and severe warnings in Illinois in very early January in quite a while, not gonna lie. Even then, we also had an 81 mile per hour wind gust here in southern Kansas. 1-inch hail report near Albuquerque, New Mexico. Yeah, like, I haven't seen this type of stuff in a while, guys. It has been a while. Pretty crazy start to the year, if I say so myself. Here's the rotation we're still talking about. Does look like it's broadening out a little bit. Nah, it actually is getting stronger. Never mind. Yeah, the rotation is starting to get stronger. You can see right there is where it would be. It's rain-wrapped rotation, that's for sure. Yeah, no, it's broadening out. Alright, rotation's broadening out. We're good. Yeah, that rotation is broadening out. Definitely got a damaging wind threat materializing near Tuscola. Sucks we don't got any cameras out there, even reaching towards Urbana. You can see. In fact, looks like we got a little baby kink starting to form right there, a little inflow notch. You can see if that tries to develop anything as we continue on. Chicago, you're getting hit by a strong line of storms producing anywhere from 30 to 50 mile an hour winds. No special weather statement, but still, this line could still cause damage to trees and possibly power lines with strong isolated wind gusts. Anywhere from 30 to 50 miles an hour. Very isolated areas up to 60. Yeah, our area of rotation we were talking about a minute ago just completely died. This is it right here. It's basically just dead at this point. It was materializing into something right there, but it just died basically immediately. Tomorrow, on the other hand, guys, tomorrow's going to be a big day, I think. I think tomorrow might actually be a bigger day than what models are showing. As of now, models are kind of showing tomorrow being just a bust, basically. A lot of overconvection, a lot of crapvection, but I personally feel like, guys, like, we might see an isolated strong tornado out here in this large 5% tornado risk. I feel like a area out here, no, more like this. There's a very isolated area where I do feel like a hatched risk of tornadoes is in place, in my opinion. Somewhere down here near New Orleans, I feel like there's not one in place officially, but I feel like if that is where a strong tornado would occur, that's where it would occur. Somewhere around there as the cells move off the coast onto land. What's up, Weston? Welcome. Yeah, tomorrow's definitely going to be a pretty decent day. Could see a small-scale tornado outbreak out of that. I mean, let's not talk tonight. I mean, tonight we still got very large 2% tornado risk in place. I'm only going to be live for another 30 minutes or so, but just letting you guys know. Tornado warning. You got left on red? What do you mean? Oh, did I leave you on red? My bad. Did not mean to do that. Yeah, tomorrow's going to be pretty big, considering it's January 10th. January 9th, actually, tomorrow. Do have a new area of rotation developing. That's our actual area from earlier. I believe that's actually our area from earlier. Yeah, it is. It's just broadening out again. Yeah, we actually, oh, girl. Yeah, okay, that's rough. See, we actually have some pretty decent rotation out there. It's just falling apart. Basically, this entire area just fell apart. Doing a little area rotation here. Shelbyville developing actually pretty fast. Yeah. Looks like an area rotation that could be developing here. You can see, kind of got a little baby embedded supercell right here near Shelbyville. Keep an eye on that, like we have been doing for the rest of these storms. We actually have a little inflow notch developing here. I can't tell if that's an inflow notch or what, but it does look like near Sullivan. Yeah, there's no rotation on that though, so we're good. What the heck? We might actually have a... Oh, yo, we got 6 people in chat. If you haven't already, make sure to like and share the stream to get this out to as many people as possible. 2026 tornado season is underway. We had 2 tornadoes this morning confirmed in Oklahoma. I used my school Chromebook that's worth about $50 and screen recorded them as they were touching down. One did seem to produce some decent damage, so definitely going to pay attention. Could be an EF1 to an EF2. Yeah, there's broad rotation basically everywhere in this thing, but this right here looks a little bit like concerning rotation, honestly. It looks like an area where rotation would be. Like, that's the thing. We're moving right up towards Urbana in Champaign-Urbana, Illinois. Another area of rotation right there, right there. We got rotation all over this sucker. Yeah, here's a rotation we were talking about a minute ago near Shelbyville. Still there. Looks like it is weakening, on a weakening trend at least. Nah. Still watching up here near Urbana. We got some mid-rotation. Oh, my back. I just, broke my back, too. Yeah, definitely going to pay attention to this rotation moving into Urbana. A lot of little cells and storms firing up all around this area. Don't see too much concern with them at the moment. Not really any concern at all, actually. Yeah, all these are kind of just little cells, not even rotating or doing anything, really. At the moment, we also got some storms firing up out here in Arkansas. Northern Arkansas, we got some little baby blips firing up. We got 5 people in here. I really appreciate all you guys watching, considering it's 9:30 p.m. on a school night. Most of my viewers are kids anyways, so. Oh, this radar site is now down. Yay. Reflectivity on this radar site is back to being down, which does suck. It's been breaking like this all day, basically. How's my day going? My day's going good. Midterms were absolute dog water, but I did good in them. They just sucked. I hate midterms with a passion, so. How's your day been, Weston? What's up from, what's her name? Crystalberg. That's good, Weston. That is good. Sorry, I was just looking at my laptop screen right now to look for some cameras out here. This radar sight is down, which is really freaking annoying, but at least velocities are working. Why am I in full screen mode? There we go. No, I'm not. Still rotation here near Urbana. Very, very weak rotation. But it is rotation indeed. You can see right there a little inflow notch as well. Moving into Urbana as we speak. I'm not too concerned with any early storms tonight, but we'll watch them. Better be safe than sorry, right? We got a couple areas of rotation. We got one right here, here, and here. Basically all throughout this line, but none of them are really concerning enough for tornado warnings or anything like that. Mostly a damaging wind threat as of now, from what I'm looking at. What's up? Welcome. SPC Western Ohio, WX. That rotation near Urbana is basically just falling apart. You can see right here, basically just falling apart at that point. And most of our other rotation down here to the south is also falling apart. January 8th, the night of storms falling apart, literally. Oh, I was awake. Yeah, Weston, whenever they did that, I was in ceramics taking my midterm. I was awake for that. I literally had my school laptop. I just finished my midterm, grabbed out my laptop, immediately went to WeatherWise, and just sat there in the corner of the room chilling, watching radar and looking at HazCams. Everything like this one right here. Just looking at HazCams. Like this, watching all the storms and everything. And oh, I didn't know that, Evan. My bad. But yeah, I was just watching the storms, and the next thing you know, I blink, and there's 2 observed tornado warnings in southeast Oklahoma City. I'm like, what the heck is happening? Why is 2026 already doing this? 2 confirmed tornadoes in southeast Oklahoma City on January 8th at 8 in the morning. Only in Oklahoma, man. Only in Oklahoma. No, I clicked velocity. There we go. Alright. Thanks, Evan. Dang, Weston. Were you under a tornado warning this morning, Weston? I literally was watching the weather until like 8, 9, 10-ish, because then I had to go to my second mod midterm, which was geometry. And that test took forever, so I basically didn't watch any of the weather until about noon. So I just saw the 2 observed tornadoes in the morning, and then after that I didn't really see anything. Oh yeah, that's just a precursor, Weston. Anywhere in this entire region is going to be popping off this spring season. Anywhere out here is going to be popping off this season, I believe, in my opinion. Sadly, no. Yeah. I know how that feels. Looks like the storms are kind of dying down, guys. You know what that means? Might be time to go get some sleep. I got 4 midterms. 4 midterms tomorrow. I will 100% be live for this event tomorrow, though. From what models are showing, it does look like most of the high-end tornado threat is going to be from, like, 4 o'clock till, like, midnight. Yeah, that is true, Weston. That is true. So I will most likely be live for the tornado threat tomorrow, as well as the wind threat. Wind threat is a very, very large 15% risk. Hail threat, I believe, is 5%, so hail is not a concern. Yeah, 5%. But tornado threat, that is the main thing we're focusing on tomorrow, guys, is the tornado threat. So definitely going to be live for that, but I think I might end stream. It's 9:30. I got to get up at 5:30, get to school, take 4 midterms, 500 points in total, and then get home and stream, go to the gym, everything. So tomorrow's going to be busy. I think I'm going to go to bed. I appreciate all you guys watching, but